Well, in that case, I think a trip to the tavern is in order for Orion.
The Feral Dog, very nasty place, lots of fights. You can see
I'll just
the
put the.
blood stains on the floor.
All right,
Don't
I'll just
encourage
keep
them.
your share of it.
So here's Diamond Lake. Up here, this 27, that's where the smithy is. That's just the road you came in on. Here's the
Okay.
smelting. Okay, so you followed the vein down, and then this is the Feral Dog.
Oh,
Excellent.
fancy.
Kind of a rough and tumble place. You could tell it gets rocking at night. A lot of the chairs and tables have been, shall we say, repaired. Sure enough, there are stains on the floor, and they do look like blood stains, puke stains, beer stains, candle wax all over the place. They do not use the good candles here. But yes, there is a very obese gentleman with mutton chops behind the bar, and he is apparently the only one working, except for someone in the kitchen he keeps yelling at. And most of the people in here are eating a combination of eggs, ham, and what's known as horse bread, which is a very grainy, full and rich toast with butter and honey.
Ooh.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
And there are approximately 4 miners from the night shift here. They look extremely tired, exhausted, as they slowly shovel food into their mouths. Can't wait to get back to bed.
My battery is low.
Whose battery's low?
Somebody's battery
The
is low.
miners.
It's my headset. I might have to turn it off.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's have a drink. Let's have a quick drink and powwow. What is there anything that anybody wants in terms of supplies?
all right.
I would like to find rare plants and or animals.
So the Emporium is right here. It's like a big shopping mall. They have lots of things inside. Imagine walking into a Cabela's. That's what it's like here.
Okay.
Nice.
Frederick.
All right, I think we need. All right, I think we need to talk about your drinking habits. It is just barely breaking morning. This is before lunch.
I know.
And it's a second drink. This is a-
You already were drinking at the manor.
Well, I'll tell you this much. In a world where dysentery kills people, having ale in the morning is not a bad idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, having an ale in the morning. That's different than this.
We know he's not going to, keep himself safe.
Well, no, now hang on. Now, Ember wants to go find some rare plants and animals. We can do that. Regali, Frederick, do you guys need anything? Because there's one thing that I wouldn't mind shopping around for. Because Orion is always he's never had a pair, but he wouldn't mind seeing if he can find himself a pair of metallic brass knuckles.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh, fancy.
So maybe we should skip the bar and go straight to the Emporium.
Skip the bar?
What if it costs 100 gold and you've already spent the 5 at the bar and we wouldn't be able to buy them?
That would be just tragic.
Yep. It would be the saddest thing in the world. And, that'd be coming from me as well. I just want to make sure that you're taken care of.
All right, fine. We'll go to the Emporium first.
Mighty kind of you.
yes, brass knuckles. They weigh half a pound each, and they cost 5 silver for the beat you up kind. It cost 3 gold for the stabby kind.
Okay.
What am I missing?
He's upset because we convinced him he might not have enough money, and now they're very, very affordable.
So,
But he could
How much
buy
are
some
the
of
solid
those
gold ones
to
that
take
are
on
like
the
bling
wall
bling?
on the trip to have with him instead of, drinking it all away right as soon as he gets it.
Solid gold what? I'm sorry, Amber.
I was just asking how much is it for like the solid gold brass knuckles? They're like the bling bling ones.
I don't think they make bling bling solid gold brass knuckles.
So
It would be a
I'm
really
missing out.
stupid material to make brass knuckles out of, considering it's so soft and malleable.
It wouldn't be very practical.
Mm-mm.
Like, normally if you hit someone and you're wearing rings, they will a gold ring will dent into your finger and cut off circulation. It's a very bad design choice. Leads to people losing fingers. Don't fight with rings on.
I don't expect Orion to get the practical ones.
no, what I'm thinking is I could get a pair of, when you say stabby ones, so theoretically they would cause piercing damage as opposed to bludgeoning damage.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to pick up a pair of those on the off chance that one day we meet something that doesn't like to be stabbed.
Okay.
Not many things like to be stabbed.
So that's 5 gold piece for a set or 5 gold piece
Oh.
per hand.
No, it's for a set, but do you want the stabby ones?
Yeah,
You do?
I do, because I want to have the option in case we meet something in the future that's a little more susceptible to piercing damage.
Okay. All right. So they have 3 spikes on them,
Okay.
and they're about 4 inches long, and it looks like they will definitely do some damage. They're made specifically to tear through ribs.
Okay.
Grizzly.
Okay?
Perfect.
Oh.
So I'm down to 45 pieces.
Anybody else? It's the Emporium. They have pretty much everything.
Like I said, rare plants and animals for everyone.
Actually, the Tilgast residents, they have a beautiful botanical garden there.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm. And it just so happens that's where Fox went.
I've got another request. Does anybody
Yeah.
does anybody sell anything similar to, like, for lack of a better term, like sneezing powder?
I think that would be at the Cheek and Sundry in Luskin.
Anybody selling like really fine sand?
Oh, I know what you're looking for. You want grinding powder. Yes.
Okay.
If you go back to the smithy,
Yep.
a lot of the times the sand that he uses is wet, and he mixes like a paraffin wax with it, and he makes molds with that kind of for a drop forge. But
Yep.
the sand that he uses is particularly fine.
Okay. I'm
I mean,
gonna.
fine as in good. You know, like you're throwing powder. Yeah.
Yes.
If I understand why you want it.
Yeah, and I think you do understand why I want it, so I'm gonna get myself a couple pounds of that.
Okay. So
In
so Oz-
some pouches
Oz-
by
Osgood's the smithy, and he'd be happy to help you out. Sure.
Okay. How much?
He's not going to charge you, but he does want to show you all of the wonderful things that he makes.
I will be glad to observe of all the wonderful things he makes.
He has a telescoping straw that he says when you start your fire, you use this to blow the fire. That way you don't have to get your face way down in there.
Huh.
He says a lot of people like it,
Really?
and he's the only one here in Abouts who makes it.
Wow. What
Yeah.
else? What else do you have?
Specialty items, that's about it. Otherwise, I have your standard weapons and armor as well.
Okay. Well, let me think about your telescoping tube, and I'll let you know later on today.
Okay, awesome.
Regali wants to head down to the waterfront.
And
Take a look at the lake.
it is not doing well.
It is not doing well. What's wrong?
People.
There's people.
Mining
there
operations.
There is, there's usually different levels of life. And you can tell that the fish are just barely hanging on here. You don't hear any frogs. The birds are gone. Certainly the bugs have taken over. Snakes have even left because the frogs have left. You don't see, much in the way of happiness or joy here. It's almost as if somebody is poisoning this section of the lake.
Like this section specifically?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk along the perimeter and see if I see anything.
The perimeter of the lake?
Just this section, kind of like along the beach.
Down by the docks?
Yes.
Okay. These are the old piers. There are some boats here, but they're just lake craft because there is no exit to a major waterway here. It's just the lake.
Right.
Most of the fishing vessels you could see down in this area, and they're just beached and crumbling and old. Nobody's catching anything substantial here, so.
But they clearly did at one time.
Yes. The boats that you see tied up to these docks that are indeed themselves decaying are just rowing vessels. They might have, one sail, but it's for local only. People who don't want to walk around the lake can take the boat across the lake.
Does there seem to be anybody on the docks? Like,
yeah, there are some folks wandering around. They're fixing nets and checking like crayfish traps, and they're making rope.
okay, I'd like to find the most old-timery looking type,
Mm-hmm.
tired, worn hands from tying innumerable knots over the course of his life, or hers, I guess, and ask what happened.
Okay, his name is Emery, and he's smoking a clay pipe, but you can tell he clearly hasn't had any real tobacco in a very, very long time. But he is sitting on top of a barrel, and next to him is a big pile of soda crackers and a little bit of cheese and a little bit of sausage, and he's having lunch.
Hello, sir. I'm not from around here. I was just wondering what happened here.
You're too pretty to be from around here.
Thank you.
Play us a song, will you? Play us a song for lunch. Would you like a cracker?
I'd love a cracker. And
Okay.
I start to play an old ditty.
So you realize these crackers taste like paste. The cheese, although certainly old, is not good. And the sausage is probably turned.
Okay.
But he seems to be enjoying it, and your music as well. If you could roll me a performance check, I don't think it matters because he'll enjoy anything you have to throw.
Finally!
Really?
She took like the rejection at that one bar back in Luskin really hard. And then Orion shot her down the other night. Like, I literally have out of my notes, no one appreciates my music. Written down in her diary. She needs this right now, okay?
What did you roll?
She rolled a 16.
Okay. So all of a sudden, everybody who was doing something at the dock stops and starts to gather around, and they start handing out real pieces of food. And someone even has grapes.
Ooh.
Yes, very hard to get a hold of. But yeah, and they're all tapping toes, and if you play a song that, like an old sea shanty, I'm pretty sure everyone knows.
She knows like almost nothing but sea shanties. Like she's
Okay.
got a couple other songs in her repertoire, but it's pretty much exclusively boatwear.
Yeah. So Emery will accuse you of having salt in your veins.
I will confess guilty as charged.
Okay. So what you have all of their attention. What would you like to know about?
I can see the docks and the boats. What happened here?
So they claim, you're told at various stages, the mining, when it first arrived, it was great. But ever since Smink took over, he's been taking money for favors. He happens to be the mayor here. He's been taking money for favors, and now the mining companies seem to just be able to dump their sludge anywhere they want. The smelting up the road is the same way. They seem to be paying Smink a little extra so that they can dump their pollution into the lake. And it's been going on for so long that things have just kind of died away. People are leaving in droves. And yeah, if you're not a miner, you're not much. Not in this town. Not anymore.
Oh, that's awful.
It is very, very awful.
And nobody's done anything about it?
No, and his brother, Alustin, you would think somebody would do something about it, but no.
Alustin the Wizard?
Yes, the smartest man in town. Do you know him?
I met him earlier. He seemed a bit aloof.
Obtuse would be my word, yes.
The smartest man of town, obtuse.
Yes.
Can't notice.
You've evidently run into the only rundown shoreline bunch of sailors who also happen to be sesquipedalians. So, crackers, bad cheese, and sausage will do that to you. And these crackers, I must explain, they're actually, you know how you can go out into a field that's been overgrown and pick grass seed?
Yeah.
And then you can mash that up and make like this cracker and bake it. That's what you're eating.
And that's what I am pretending to eat. I am
Oh,
on
okay.
a rickety
All right.
dock. I can very easily crumple it as I am pretending to munch. And
Well, now you've attracted some ducks. So
yes, I love ducks.
ducks don't mind.
Ducks don't mind.
So there's a family of ducks, and as you Cookie Monster your way through these crackers, and yeah.
Okay, I'll play them some more songs because I like these people and they deserve it.
Okay, good. And they're very happy to have you here.
Duckies!
Duckies for sure.
I have a question. I have a question for Ember. What is Ember's take on what has happened to this lake? I mean, are you upset, or are you kind of like, man, this is why I don't like humans. This is why I don't know. I'm just kind of curious.
Or are you really happy about it because now you can probably set it on fire?
Hadn't thought of that.
But the duckies!
Yeah, what about the duckies?
But,
Yeah, has Ember noticed? Ember hasn't come down by the lakefront.
yeah, Ember hasn't gone down there yet.
Okay. All right.
I'm not getting much of Ember's audio. Is that just my speakers or is that everybody?
Ember is very quiet tonight.
I will try fixing it.
Frederick, while Regali is singing away to a bunch of guys who I envision look like Quint from Jaws, was there anything you needed?
Well,
That's my
your people. Not sure if this town would have one, but I might take a look around for some. I doubt there's going to be a church of the Raven Queen, but maybe a morgue or something where somebody follows her. We'll take a look.
the morgue of the Raven Queen.
There's a The closest thing they're going to have is the chapel by the boneyard.
Yeah. I'll mosey on over there, take a look around, see if I see any familiar iconography.
Less of a mosey and more like a walk to the other side of town.
Yeah, it's usually
Chris
where it is.
Mosey.
Heaven forbid Orion go to a tavern. Frederick's going to the morgue.
Well, Orion's over there making buddies with all the smelters. Those awful smelters.
So on your way to the boneyard is a very large house on the right and a mine entrance in its backyard. And I will show you that on the map. And this is a big house, and this is the mine entrance.
Oh,
One of them anyway. Here's another one over here, and then down. Here's another one over here.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. But this is the boneyard, and there is a small chapel here, and it is non-denominational. However, you do absolutely see the Raven Queen's iconography here.
Oh, how fun. I'll go on in.
Okay? It is a very quiet place. And oddly enough, where you would think there would be something, and you're looking around, something's missing. It's not the smell, but there's literally no spiders, no spider webs, nothing.
They keep this place pretty clean.
Do they keep it clean, or is it just not defiled by insects?
Ooh, might be like some kind of holy thing.
Or is there just a bunch of mint?
That could be. But you do notice that the chapel is in the very center, very centrally located. And as you're standing on the front porch and you look around, you can't read because the tombstones are pointed this way instead of this way. They're this way. Everywhere you look while you're standing here. It's almost as if nobody to the Raven Queen means anything once they're dead.
Yeah.
Okay? Just a strange little thing that you had never noticed before, and there you go. So benches are lined. There's a place to light candles and incense. There's tapers on the wall that you could just pick one and light it by the candle. And yeah, the door squeaks a lot, but it's made, the whole place is made of stone, and you are very weirded out by the fact that there's no spiders, no spider webs. You take a look on the outside up by the eaves and the troughs, and you would think there would be some kind of evidence of spiders, but no, none.
A little odd.
Just an interesting tidbit.
That's weird.
Mhm.
We cleaned our garage last week and we already have spider webs.
That's how fast it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. What did
I'll
you
go
want?
in. I'll go in, see if there's anybody tending this place. If not, then I'll
There-
just go to the
The two candles are lit. They do, so somebody's taking care of the place. You can see that the dripping wax, every once in a while, someone will scrape it up and take it away. But yeah, for the most part, they make sure that the candles are lit. There's enough tapers and incense and other small little votive candles that you can light to honor the dead.
I'll go up, I'll light a candle, and then I'll kneel down and pray to her for any guidance, see anything she needs. I am her sword.
Oh, really? Okay. You might have seen the candles flicker, but Could have been a trick of the eye, but
That's how it goes.
all right.
So I'll be there for a while. And then after I've done like a little, I don't know, like 10-minute prayer, whole little thing, I'll get up and then I'll just take a short walk around the graves before heading back into town.
As you exit and you open the door, you scare the living bejesus out of a small elderly woman. She's got to be, I don't know, well into her 40s. That's how old she is. And
Hey, now that's not that old.
she's got,
how does she even make
Oh,
it?
I know, right?
Oh. Oh.
So old. But she retreats a couple steps when you open the door, and she's very shocked to see anyone here.
Oh, terribly sorry, miss. Did not mean to surprise you like that. Allow me to hold the door for you.
Oh, such a flutter. You gave me such a flutter. Be well, be on your way, be well.
Yes, yes. And may the queen watch over you. And I'll hold the door open for her. And
She grabs your arm and she says, she reaches up and grabs you by the lapels and pulls your face towards hers, and she goes, "Who?"
the Raven Queen.
She pushes you back a little bit, straightens out your vestments, looks at you and goes, "What do you know of her?"
It's always nice to know more, but I've been following her for quite a while now.
Indeed. In what capacity? And she gives you that special nose-picking motion that says, I'm with the Raven Queen.
Well,
Followers of the Raven Queen have a secret nose pick.
Yeah.
Pick and flick.
you make a subtle raven
Yeah.
beak with your fingers. Like,
Yeah.
look at that. A beak. I will just lower my arm and I will just summon my sword as a Hexblade Warlock. My soul is hers.
Mm. She hands you a copper coin and says, "When the time is right, you will know that you need this." And she gives you this it's even smaller than a regular copper coin that they pass around here in the realms. And it's got something written on it, but it's so intricate and so tiny. And then she wishes you well, and she goes in and starts scraping up wax that's on the floor.
I'll take that. I'll put it in a inside pocket
Okay.
and I will head on back into town.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing while Frederick had this cute little adventure?
After I got my the knuckles and the powder, I do make my way back to the feral dog.
Okay.
We got like 4 hours to kill.
Is it closer to lunchtime now, or is it still like first thing in the morning?
I haven't been in a dust up in quite a long time. I mean, this guy maybe I'll be lucky and get into a little bar brawl.
Sure, that'll end perfectly well and nothing will go wrong.
The last time it went really well. The little halfling shocked me into submission. No, I'm just gonna make my way to the pub and hang out and have a drink or two and wait for my companions to come scoop me up.
Yep, that's probably what's going to happen.
Okay, when you enter the feral dog, who's all going with him? Please tell me somebody.
I'd probably be heading straight there because he has been left alone for more than an hour, so he's
Okay.
probably already dead.
Ember, did you go to the estate to look at the beautiful botanical gardens they have there?
I think Ember was going to the Emporium because she is trying to find a rare plant and or animal for all of her companions.
Yeah, and they told you to go to the estate,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
and because they will have the most, at least live plants anyway.
Okay.
If you're looking for something dried and specific, let me know herb wise, because that will be at the Emporium.
Nothing specific, just something uncommon to this area, or a few things uncommon to this area.
Remember, he was going to try to give us each a rare herb to keep on us, so if we couldn't find each other, then he can do locate.
Gotcha. Yes,
Yeah.
there is a small 4-petal white flower that grows here in like an ivy. And what grabs you is the fact that the way this plant grows is it sends out little shootlets, and then that makes a brand new plant. And then that one, it's almost like it daisy chains its way around.
Oh, cute.
And it is one of the things that seems to be thriving here amongst all these mining activities.
Okay. So I'd like to get a sample of that, and then I have to find something unique for everyone, though.
Okay.
Well, and
So
something
there's-
that won't be growing locally naturally.
So there's one.
Yeah.
Now, at the Botanical Garden, you will find a very specific flavor of sage that has a hint of lemon. They crossbred sage until they got what they wanted, and this only grows here
Nice.
because nobody else knows about it.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Or sour, either way.
Indeed.
Yep. And there's a special brand of apple that they've been making Applejack out of. It doesn't seem to kill people as quickly, but it is a lot higher in sugar, and the apple seems to be small and concentrated. It is also reticulated. Not something you see a lot of.
All right.
So there's 3. How many do you want?
That's at least everyone in the party. I guess I can probably stop there.
Okay. All right. And you have examples of each. Meanwhile, Regali, what are you doing? Are you just following Ember around?
I think I was going to spend pretty much, most of my time at the dock until
Okay.
it's time to head back.
You have 4 proposals of marriage.
I appreciate the offers immensely. Very genteel of them. Unfortunately, at this time, I've got to get back on the road.
Then there's one specific young lad who is willing to go on your adventures with you if it means that you will take his proposal most seriously in the near future. He wants to be your minion. He's about 2 or 3 years younger than you, but already he's got the googly "I love you" eyes.
Aww. That's so
Very
sweet.
kind of him.
Are you going to turn him down? He
I'm going
says
to turn him down as gently as I can.
he says he doesn't have any other prospects, and this sounds like a great deal of fun.
You should send him on a side quest. It'll take him half
That's
a day.
what you wanted. That's what every girl wants to hear. Is I don't have a
No
lot of
problem.
other options.
Send him on a little side quest. It'll take him like a half a day, and then when he gets back, we'll be gone, and then his heart will be broken.
No, I'm not gonna try and break his heart. I'm just gonna I'm going to say that I don't want to be tied down to a place like this. It breaks my heart to see the state of the lake.
Oh, he's willing to go wherever you go. Most of these guys are.
Ooh. Oh.
I don't think
They're
I'd
actually
with anyone who had lived in a town like this and let the lake get to this point. It's really just, depressing, and I think any girl would want someone who takes more initiative in fixing the ecological problems of their region. I'm trying to spur him to action, okay?
Well, you get a lot of hemming and hawing, and it's not our fault. We tried as hard as we could. It's just the miners have taken over. You get a lot of that, but he doesn't actually tear up when you leave, but you could tell he's very disheartened. You were the best thing to come along in a really long time.
Maybe you can retire here later on. That's where your character retires. The lake will be all fixed. We'll take care of that eventually.
Please don't tell me you're going to leave this guy with even the smallest, faintest hope that you're going to come back.
I am not.
Okay.
I am not keeping him on the hook. I'm not doing that. That is cruel. No girl should do that.
Meanwhile, at the Feral Dog, as I share this with...
Bam! Bam! We just cut straight into him being pummeled onto the ground.
This guy walks in.
Whoa!
Oh, this is going to end so well.
He is in an extremely foul mood. He is also close to 7 feet tall. Very
is that
broad.
why he has the tattoo?
Well, okay. I didn't notice that before, but yeah. And when he comes in the door, you see everybody snap to attention.
Mm.
And he goes to the bar, slams one, and then starts nursing the second one. And he's complaining about some guy named Smink.
Okay.
It seems to be him complaining about his boss, the way you would complain about a boss. Meanwhile, I assume Orion would have taken third base at the rail.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's a little disappointed that you took his spot, but he understands you're new in town, and he keeps giving you those dirty looks, the stink eye, the crook eye.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So what would you like to do about this situation?
Yeah.
Well, after about the third or fourth time that he gives me the stink eye, I'm going to ask him.
I'm sorry, I should have shared this with you earlier. That's Alustin.
Oh.
Ooh, fancy beard.
Yeah. Very kind eyes.
Hey,
So anyway,
that's weird.
I guess after the third or fourth time he gives me the stink eye, I'm going to ask him, is there a problem?
I've always got a problem, especially with humans.
What's your
And everybody
problem with
everybody in the bar just kind of go. And you see a couple of the dock working humans just kind of slink out the door.
Well, that's a shame.
Are you actually
what's-
wearing your brass knuckles by chance?
I'd definitely be fiddling with one because it's like a brand new toy. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Like super
how do
shiny.
you how do you want to solve your issue with humans?
Do you have any idea how many chairs and tables I've broken in here? And you see the bartender, the very rotund guy with the mutton chops.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? How you feeling today?
Lucky.
Are you talking to the
Yeah,
half orc?
yeah. How are you feeling today?
We could step
You know what?
outside.
You know what? Never mind. I don't care how you're feeling.
But just by luck, Frederick walks in the door.
Yay, Frederick!
And he looks around and he sees what's about to happen and he says, or does,
Ryan, you getting in trouble again?
No, but this guy seems to have a problem with humans.
No, sucks for you, don't it?
I think it's gonna suck for him.
Well, now I just don't go counting.
And I finished my beer and I put it down gently on the counter, and I said, "What would you like to do about it?"
and the bartender at this point says, may I suggest you step outside?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
And Cullen walks right up to Frederick, looks down his nose at him and says, are you in or are you out?
I said outside.
Oh, it's calling the half orc, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now, I've never been one really for fisticuffs. That's more his.
He grapples you. Roll for initiative. You're a half elf, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he only hates me half as much.
Correct. You are correct. What'd you get?
21.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Really?
quick.
I rolled an 18 for a total of 20.
Oh.
You are so lucky.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Let's do Orion, what'd you get?
Lucky or so sweaty from his sweat.
I got 15.
Orion's 15?
Yep.
All right. Frederick, he tries to grab you. That's the surprise round. Would you like to... Oh, he rolled a 1.
No.
That's how upset he is. Critical fumble is... For that grapple, a d20. And wild swing. He goes to grab you by your lapels, and you just simply aren't there when he closes his fists, and you've moved. And now it's your initiative. What would you like to do?
Now, as I said, I am not one.
Are you
For
taking the
fisting.
high road?
But if you want to fight me, and I cast mirror image, and boom, 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 3 other me's appear around me, I'm more than willing.
More than. Got it.
Okay. Orion?
How far away is he? I mean, it's in a bar, so I assume he's not 30 feet away.
No, he is more like 10 feet away.
Okay. I'm just gonna say you should pay attention to me, ugly, and I'm gonna try to grapple him first. And that's a terrible roll. I only rolled a 9 on my grapple. So I go grab him, and I assume he's probably gonna beat a 9.
Let me get his stats real quick. Cullen is...
Cullen.
Sorry, I lost a stat block. Okay. What'd you get?
A 9.
Yeah, that's not going to hit him. But
No, that was my grapple. So
Yeah. He'll dodge that, no problem.
Okay. And as my hand slips off of his greasy hair, because I was trying to grab his hair.
He's
use
bald.
I was trying to
That's
grab
why
his,
it
well,
didn't
that's
work.
why I missed.
Hair. Oh,
And my bonus, I get the bonus with the pugilist, and I will try to grapple him one more time. And the second roll is much better. I rolled a 20. 20 total, not a nat 20.
Okay.
And that's all I've got. So,
You can tell that he has another level that he can get to if he needs to, and he is barely maintaining control. Just
Okay.
because you've been fighting your whole life,
yep.
you see that in him,
Okay.
and you recognize it as barbarian rage.
All right.
Okay, so he's just barely keeping on.
Okay.
All right. So what would you like to do?
Well, he's going to have to roll an athletics or acrobatics check to see if he can beat the 20 for my second grapple attempt.
His armor class is that. Okay. And his max hit points is that, which makes that. All right. So what do I got to beat?
With athletics or acrobatics, he's going to have to beat a 20.
16's the highest he can get.
Okay. So I've successfully grappled him at the beginning of his next turn. He can either attack me while grappled, or he can spend his action to try to break my grapple. It'll be his
Okay.
choice.
Okay. That should be fun. Ember and Regali, meanwhile, what would you like to be doing?
Well, after collecting the things, Ember would try and find the other people.
And where do you think Ember thinks they are?
Well, I mean, Orion, probably the bar. Everyone else depends on if they said where they were going or not.
Let's go. Frederick's turn.
alrighty. Now I double check this. Let me double check one more time. Mirror image is not concentration. So I will then approach him. Hex on him. And the kind of negative energy kind of flows out of me a little bit and kind of creeps onto him. And until this spell ends, it's concentration for up to an hour. When I hit him, I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic. And I'm going to choose one ability that he has disadvantage on ability checks with. And I choose that to be strength.
Nice.
So he has disadvantage on strength checks. And whenever I land a hit, I deal an extra 1d6. And that's my bonus action. I will then take a swing at him.
You bastard. All right, go ahead.
He is the one who came at me. No. That's only an 8 to hit. So I miss.
What is your dexterity modifier?
Oh, dex modifier is +3.
Okay, so your duplicate's armor classes are all 13.
Yep.
Frederick's
And-
a half-breed, but he's not a bastard. He knows who he's got.
Well,
And you have how many of them?
there's 3 in total. me, and then 3 others. So there's 4 of us all together. And let me read exactly what it means. Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates. If you have 3 duplicates, a roll of a 6 or higher, that the attack targets a duplicate. And then with 2, it's an 8 or higher. And then with 1, it's an 11 or higher. It's the duplicate.
Okay. Go ahead and take your swing.
Oh yeah, I rolled. I got a total of 8. I miss probably.
Yes, that does it.
Unless is he grappled?
He is.
He's grappled, but I haven't pinned him yet, so he's not restrained.
Okay.
You don't get it. I would have to grapple him one more time to pin him for you to get advantage.
Are you flanking him?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Dennis, is he being flanked? Would I get an advantage on that attack or not?
He knows you're there, and why would you, a non-thief, be able to do that?
Because Orion's on the other side of him attacking him, and we're on either side of him.
Just because he's flanked, you want advantage?
If I can get it. If I not, I fully accept that as well.
Good question. There is no flanking rule as a default. There are, however, a couple of optional rules proposed in the DM's handbook.
All right.
Let me see if any of them apply. Line goes through. Yes, that would definitely be it. So you are, yes. He is,
Yeah.
You are flanking him, so that would grant you advantage, yes.
Okay. Well, then I'll just try. Second roll.
Page 251 for those kids out there
That's 18 altogether.
in the DMG. 18 does hit.
All right. And since I'm not proficient with fists, I believe it's just a 1 point of damage, but 4 points of necrotic damage on top of that. So 5 damage altogether.
Oh, you are so bad.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like it.
He stepped up to the wrong half elf.
Cullen is going to try to headbutt and break out of Orion's grapple, and he rolls a 4. So with his strength, that's a 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So Orion.
Since I have him in a grapple, I have the grapple feat, so I get advantage on my attacks. And think of it as dirty boxing. So I snake a hand around his neck, and I start giving him uppercuts.
With the brass knuckles on?
Oh, don't have those on.
No. This is just a bar fight. I'm not trying to kill
Yeah, we're
the
not
guy.
we're not killing this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm doing necrotic damage, but I'll back off
I
when the
was
time
thinking
comes.
like an uppercut with those, you could kill someone.
Jeez.
No. This is just a bar fight. Orion's just blowing off some steam.
I'm sorry. I mentioned Luskin earlier in the game, and I meant Everland. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry.
The first attack is 23 to hit.
Oh,
I got to get more sleep. Okay. 23 does hit.
Okay. And the second attack is a 17 to hit.
That does hit as well.
All right. So in total, it's 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's all I've got. Tag team.
I was just gonna make like a ring outside and just watch.
Yeah.
So you want to know what Cullen's thinking? That wasn't it. That's it.
Inks and tables.
All right. So that was grappled and 2 hits.
So at the start of his turn, he's got to make a decision again. Do I try to break the grapple or do I try to attack Orion?
He is going
unless he's got 2 attacks.
He does not.
Okay, so he's got to make a choice.
What level are you guys?
Third.
Okay. That's nice. That is a 22.
All right. And
I'm sorry, 21.
21 to hit, to attack, or to break the grapple.
To break the grapple.
All right. So that
Is that a check?
it's an ability check against mine. And
Is it strength? Because if it's
It
strength,
is-
he has disadvantage.
It is you. son
I
of a-
know.
Oh, that was actually better.
Ooh, okay. Never mind.
That was better. That was better.
All right, so it's still 21. Never mind.
All right. Well, hang on. Let me roll mine. What do I have to beat?
I rolled an 18. He has a +3 for strength, so 21.
21. Oh,
No.
Oh, this poor guy. Oh, he's not making it through this fight conscious.
so he's tried to break the grapple and he was not successful.
Jeez.
Now, see, the thing Frederick and Orion never told nobody is that they make the most dangerous tag team.
We did hang out in Luskin together for a while.
Orion, it's your turn.
And 2 more attacks at advantage. 21 to hit. And a 25 to hit.
Okay, both hit.
So 2 more dirty
Oh, I'm-
boxing
I'm sorry,
uppercuts.
The 22 doesn't hit. The 25 does. How much
more.
damage?
2 more dirty boxing uppercuts for 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And I whisper into his ear after the second one. I said, "You can just give up now, and we can go have a beer."
Yeah. Beer sounds good.
And I let him go, and I slap him on the shoulder. I said, "Let's go get a beer."
You're buying, right?
You lost.
No, you are.
Beer for this guy and this guy, and I'll have one too. And he throws a gold piece at the bartender.
All right.
Orion, making friends and influencing people.
Meanwhile, he's going to. What did they do back at the? Oh, he's going to ask for a poultice, I guess. Meanwhile, Ember and Regali there's 3 bars in this town, including one that's also an inn. Which one would you like to go to? The respectable places or the place that is not all that nice?
Ryan's gonna be at the least respectable place.
You know, I'm just going to assume everyone's going to meet us at the wizard's house. I'm going to head back there.
Okay. You will be nicely treated there, because he told his servants to treat you like guests. So now nobody is, they might talk about you behind your back, but you'll never know that.
Right.
So beers.
I would like to go straight back too, but I have a feeling Orion might need to be carried back.
Oh, all right.
Not this
So-
time.
So you show up at the Feral Dog, and you've got maybe a half hour before Alustin is ready to receive you again. So you've got time for a quick drink, or if you want just some nice, cool, fresh water. Ember?
I'll have a quick drink, I guess.
Okay. Cullen explains that he's been working for humans his whole life and he's never had a good experience. His boss right now, Smink, is and he uses very bad language to describe this human. But you get the feeling that he is obese and smelly and farts a lot. And yeah.
Do we have a picture of Smenk?
I mean, he'll describe what he looks like. He's balding. He's your typical fat politician.
Well, I asked Colin, what do you do for Smenk?
I do what he tells me.
What does Smenk, does Smenk own the mine?
No, he doesn't own a thing. He just got elected because of his brother. The smartest guy in town, yeah.
What's his brother's name?
Alustin.
Oh.
Yeah. Smank's one of those wormy types. He gets out of trouble or he hires somebody else to deal with it. And that happens to be me. And that happens to be something I'm sick of doing.
Pay ain't good enough no more.
No, it's the pay's fine. It's the crap he's got me doing.
What he got you doing?
I'm sick of pitting these miners against each other so that he can keep the rates high and the overhead low. I have an ungainly amount of economic knowledge, in case you haven't noticed.
It's interesting that he's apparently been hired for his social acumen rather than
Sesquipedalians on the docks and economists for heavies. That's nice. Sorry, sometimes my own brain gets in my own way.
I love
All right.
it.
Well,
So he tells you the whole story, and Smenk does have this entire town wrapped around his little finger, his fat sausage finger. His brother Alustin is kind of aloof as to, he doesn't dabble in politics at all. He just likes the setup of being able to do whatever the heck he wants, and most of that happens to be reading books. So
right.
this according to Alustin, this is a nice, quiet place to just dabble.
Well, continue to have a beer. Have the next one on me. We've got a job to do. I flipped the bartender enough coin so that he can have a couple more drinks on us. And I guess we got to get going to the wizard's house.
Yeah.
And the bartender does the sign of St. Cuthbert, whatever that is, and thanks you guys for not breaking anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't break nothing. We're getting better at this.
We are. I won the bar fight, and we didn't break any chairs.
All right. It is 9:01. Good place to stop because you guys are going to have a light lunch, and then you're going to be teleported away.
Woohoo!
That's always fun.
Okie dokie.
Amber has gifts for everyone now.
Yes.
We're going to
Okay.
have to figure out who gets what.
So next week, there will be even more fun. Town.
Wow, a wonderful whiz.
Did we?
Better.
Oh, my.
Frederick, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just a second.
Oh, that's good.
Goodness gracious. All right. There.
And then I got to get Ember to turn her feet off and back on again.
See, I want to say that Peg has a weird name, but I don't really have a leg to stand on here.
Oh.
Oh.
Oop, I think we lost.
Thank you.
Yeah, hang on. We lost Tom.
At first I thought it was me again. I was like, oh no. I started looking around. I was like, oh, thank
Wait,
you.
no, I'm still
Well,
here.
no.
Oh no, who's missing? Is it me?